What's going on, guys? It's Tony Hannity's here from LazyTechGuys.com, best source on the net for your latest tech news and information. What we've got here is another product from Adonit. They were gracious enough to send me the little jot, but they also sent us the writer. Now the writer, as you can see here, is a folio and a Bluetooth keyboard for your iPad or iPad 2. Now I've got the iPad 2, but they still sell the iPad 1 variant. And if you're looking for a portable keyboard that, so you have to detach it like the one that comes with the standard iPad, this is a pretty good option for you, I'd say. So let's go ahead and take a little deeper look into this guy. The actual folio itself, it's very thin, and it's made of something very thin. On the outside, it's a little bit rubberized. On the inside here, you've got this kind of felt material, so it won't scratch the iPad itself. The back part of it is kind of thin plastic. So one thing that comes to mind for me is that I do tend to drop things. So that's one concern that I have, that if this is this thin, it might break. Then you have to buy a whole new folio, but don't drop it. I guess that's the best recommendation I have for you on that. And then it has all the orifices open for the use of the iPad, like the headphone jack, the camera, and I'll get into that too. The actual keyboard itself, this is actually a pretty lightweight device here, and what's nice is when the iPad is in there, it sticks via magnet onto this whole bottom half here. The keyboard is powered by 3 AAA batteries, which you'll have to provide by yourself, no batteries included. And it does fold on top of the iPad itself. Now, one thing that you might be wondering, Tony, what's going on with the key? The keys would actually scratch the iPad screen. Well, it won't. You actually have these 3 rubberized tips, if you can see those there. Once this is closed, the tips are large enough that when it's closed on top of the iPad screen, the keys don't hit the screen whatsoever. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this looks with the iPad in it. And when you hear that, you're good to go. And here you are. Once the Bluetooth keyboard is connected and everything to the iPad, one nice thing is the battery life on the batteries themselves are really long. And the one main reason for that is when it's closed, it shuts off automatically. When you open it back up, it turns on and auto connects right away. As you can see, like I said, with the use of this magnet, it stays up very well. You can actually put it to almost any angle you want. I don't know why you would want it all the way back here, but you could if you wanted to. One consideration that I had was that, at least for me, on my normal everyday tablet, which is another product by Griffin, see? That's why you have that. Is that I take the top and I put it all the way to the back when I want to use my iPad. With this, well, you can move this whole bottom part to the back, but then the keyboard itself, the farthest it's going to go is right there. So if I'm not using the keyboard and I just want to, I don't know, do something, well, the keyboard, obviously, this is not ergonomically whatsoever a good idea. So, yeah, for me, this would not be the best solution. I do like having it go all the way to the back. But if you are okay with not doing that, then some other nice things about this is that, well, first of all, it's very, very nice, lightweight. It's not too heavy. I've seen some other folios that I've tested out for the Zoom as well as for the iPad that have a physical keyboard, but it just makes the whole thing really, really heavy. Specifically for the iPad, if you can see here, if you can zoom in to the best of your ability, just like a regular keyboard, you've got your 10-key row, you've got your QWERTY, home row, and all that other stuff, caps lock, shift. You've even got a function key. The function key will access a few things. So if I hold function down and F2, it will actually go into pictures. And then if I click on this upper left-hand button, it goes home. If I hold down the function key and F1, it goes to search right away. And then a few other things too, which include volume, the mute button, backwards, forwards for playing music, and then in the upper right-hand button is a lock. And you click it again, and it unlocks. This is actually one of the biggest problems that I have with the tablet. As I'm typing, we need to go right over here, create a new note. As I'm typing, and by the way, I'm typing really quickly, but you gotta try this out. It's very easy to type. It's gonna take a little bit getting used to, just because it's a smaller keyboard. But as you're typing, everything is pretty easily accessible. But if you want to hit the delete key, you would sometimes might accidentally hit the lock key. And that was one thing that I noticed throughout the few days that I was using this on a daily basis. I would hit the lock key a lot. So really, that's just muscle memory, just something that you'd have to get used to in learning not to bring your pinky all the way over. And another key that I noticed that I tend to hit a lot when I was using this, the left shift key is nice and big, but the right shift key, it's only half the size because part of it is with the up arrow. So if I wanted to shift and I'm using the right shift key, sometimes I would hit the up arrow. So those are the two keys that kind of irked me and got in my way. And I had to redo, not everything, but I had to redo whatever I was doing and get the cursor back to where I wanted it to be. But again, that's just something that you have to get used to. And I think everything else about this, if you are looking for that lightweight laptop replacement, you're not going to be doing this whole thing like I had mentioned. You really do want something that you could use at an airport and just sit it down and just start typing away. This is a very, very good product for it. Like I mentioned, they do have an iPad 1 variant. That's only $79.99 off of their website. For the iPad 2, it is $99.99. So, yeah, I personally wouldn't use this because I do want that full back cover capability, but I do recommend it. So, why don't you go ahead and try it out yourself? You can go to Adonit.com. That's ADONIT.net, actually. Sorry, Adonit.net. And one thing that you can get in regards to a replacement part, because you do have to put the AAA batteries in here. If you ever lose the door you can actually buy. I think it's like $8 to replace the door. But yeah, it really goes a long way, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is LazyTechGuys.com. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, obviously here. I'm on Twitter at LazyDroidGuy. And send us your comments at LazyTechGuys.com. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.